Hello, friend, and welcome. If you're new here, I'm excited to meet you, and if you're returning, I hope you're having a much better day than the last time that we talked. In today's reading, we are going to do a inner child reading. We're going to let little you have a voice and let little you say what it is that it wants to say. So with that being said, this reading obviously is involving shadow work, intuitive messages, and the tarot and the oracle cards. But also, when I say things that sound kind of kiddish or childlike, it's literally because I'm speaking on little you's behalf. Like, I know how to speak like an adult, but in this reading, the words that I say and the things that I say sometimes sound childish. And it's because, again, I'm receiving a message for little you. So what is it that your inner child wants you to know, hear, or say? All right. Oh, okay. We'll flip that one over. We'll do what little one wants. Masculine energy. First thing that comes up with this one is, I want to play. I want to play and have fun. I'm tired of just being, doing the things that don't bring us joy. And with that being said, I understand that you're like, I have to pay bills, I have to, work, I have to do all these things in order to live, and I have all these responsibilities, I'm a mother, I'm a father, I'm a teacher, I have people who depend on me. I get it. Little you just wants you to find time for yourself to do the things that you enjoy too. You should be spending at least 1 hour a day doing something for yourself. Doesn't have to always be play. Little you wants it to be play, but it could be you, journaling. It could be you reading a book. It could be you doing things to help just nurture and care for yourself. So I get that you're tired, I get that you're exhausted, and I get that you have a bunch of responsibilities, but little you wants to play. Freedom. Little you remembers a time when it could do whatever it wanted to, where you could do whatever you wanted to, and you could, just be curious about things and learn about things and find things and do things just for the fun and joy of it. And yes, I, Kirsten the reader, understand why you aren't able to do that so freely anymore. But the little you, the inner child version of you, wants to still do that. Again, it's about that play. It's about spending an hour a day on yourself, whatever that needs to be. Allow yourself to find childlike wonder, to explore, to get curious about something, anything. And I'm not saying it has to consume your life. Yes, I know realistically that we can't live in a childlike world where, things are given to us and done for us, and that's not the reality that we live in, and I get that. I'm not asking you to give up responsibility, to stop being an adult, but what I am asking you to do, what your little child wants you to do, is to find inner freedom, inner joy, inner curiosity again. And just allow yourself, again, for like an hour a day, to get lost in something that means something to you. Daydream. Your inner child really wants you to, just dive into the non-reality of the world that you live in right now. And again, I get it. You got responsibilities. You don't have all day to daydream. But you can start dreaming again. And that's what your little child's coming through and saying. Your inner child is coming through and saying, we stop dreaming. We stop believing. We stop thinking that we can do things more than what we are currently doing. We've accepted this cold, hard reality that we're living in right now. And we just said that this is all and this is the best that it can get. But your inner child knows it can be different, knows it can be better. It's about you remembering. It's about you remembering how to use that imagination again. It's about you allowing yourself to dream more than what you're going through right now, to see that there's more than in your life than what's currently there. And then we have boundaries. Your inner child is really tired of being a walking mat and of you putting everybody else before yourself. And you're like, I'm a parent, I'm a teacher, I have my caregiver, I have to. Hear me out. Yes, you have responsibilities, but you still need to care for yourself. You still need to do what is right for yourself. Boundaries aren't you neglecting those things. Boundaries are just making sure that you are taken care of while you're also taking care of those other things. So, do you have boundaries? If you are you making sure they're being respected? Are you enforcing them? Because inner you wants you to value yourself as much as little you values you. And somewhere along the way, you've lost your own personal worth and value and decided that everyone else is more important than you are. Now I want to ask the tarot cards, why did you stop caring for yourself? Why did you stop listening to your inner child? What is it that brought you to a place or a space where you thought that you could just allow yourself to be forgotten, where you could allow yourself to be almost an instrument used for other people's purposes, where your identity is so wrapped up in what you do for others that, got one more card, that you don't even have an identity outside of all the hats that you wear. Because the hats that you wear are all that you know, because you've allowed yourself to get so absorbed into them that you've forgotten that there was more. All right, little U's coming across, and this is not what the King of Pentacles typically means, so understand I'm giving a message from your inner child here, saying, I want a nap. I want a nap with my stuffy. That is the message very clearly from inner you, from little you. Let's talk about what the King of Pentacles in its reverse position means, though. I want to remind you that Pentacles is not just about finances, it's about your time and energy, because you spend time and you spend energy. And here I see that you are allowing your time and energy to be dictated for you. A king knows how to, delegate, knows how to, lay down rules, and knows how to enforce boundaries, and knows how to do what they need to for their betterment and for the betterment of those around them. But you know how to do all these things. You have the ability to do all these things, but instead, you're just allowing everyone to dictate things for you, to tell you when, where, and how, to say this is how it works, to establish the rules, and to do everything. So maybe that's why little you, when they first saw the card, little you was like, I want to take a nap with a stuffy. Maybe that's your first act of defiance towards the people who are dictating your life. And maybe it's your turn to regain your sovereignty. Ten of Wands in the reverse position. Little U's coming through very clear and saying, I'm tired of carrying everybody. Like, little U is almost crying about this. And I'm not saying crying, throwing a fit. When kids are so tired that they just kind of start getting whimpering, crying, and they're just they don't know what else to do because they want sleep. That's what I'm feeling right now. You have been doing this for so long that you are on the verge of burnout and about to break yourself. Here's the thing about the Ten of Wands. Outside of what little U's coming through and talking about here, Ten of Wands always comes in and asks you to prioritize. What needs to be done and what is no longer serving you? Are you carrying wands that you've just been doing because you've been doing it for so long that it's just a part of your routine and you haven't even realized it's not serving you or doing anything for you? It's just a part of your routine. What can you put down? What can you put down today and maybe pick up tomorrow? What doesn't need to be something that you're carrying anymore? Tens are about completion. There's a cycle that you need to close out, and it starts with you putting down the wands and allowing you, again, to reclaim that sovereignty and start doing what you need to for yourself. And I'm not saying neglect your responsibilities, but I'm asking you to look at what you have and what you're doing and realize, is there other people that you can delegate? Is there other people that you can, ask for help? Is there other things that you can do other than just burning yourself out over and over again? Seven of Wands. Your inner child doesn't have a message with this one, so I'm just going to straight up say what this means. You have been in a defensive mode for a very long time. When the Seven of Wands is in its upright position, you're being challenged and you need people to realize that what you're doing is correct and that it's right for you. But when it's in its reverse position, people know. They see it. They know that what you're doing is right. They know that you 100% stand by what you're doing. The reality here is, though, and what I'm feeling about this card is that you have been in this defensive mode, this I need to prove to everybody mode for so long, you haven't even realized that it's not necessary anymore. Like, the wands that you need to drop are the extra shields and weapons you've been carrying to defend yourself against these people who aren't even coming at you anymore. Have you been acting from such a space of, I need to be ready. I need to be prepared. I need to, make sure that nobody can question what I'm doing, that you haven't even realized that, no one is. Justice in its reverse position. So the little you is coming through telling me that someone took your candy. I'm just saying what little you's saying, okay? But I think what it's getting at here, and this, while it comes across as a childlike message, it has a very clear understanding that makes sense. When someone takes your candy, what little you said, you can't get that back. They took their candy, they took your candy, they ate it, you're not getting it back, and now you don't have candy, and that's unfair. Here's the thing about justice when it's in its reverse position. I understand that when the candy got taken, you were looking forward to it and you wanted it, and now you don't have it. And now you want to see justice served. Here's the thing. It is not your responsibility to make sure that they receive whatever karma or justice or balancing that they need. I'm coming through and I'm telling you, not enter you anymore. This is my voice now. Yes, something wrong happened. Something very unfair happened, and I'm not taking that away from you at all. I am a child and survivor of abuse, so I understand how unfair things can be. But what I am telling you is that it's not your responsibility to see karma work its way through. And you need to let go of the want to see it go through. Easier said than done. I 100% get it, because when things happen, when, unfair things happen, it hurts, and you need, part of you wants to have that rectification. The truth is, you need to find a way to rectify yourself for what happened. You need to find a way to find inner peace with yourself. Not because it's not holding the other person accountable. That's not what I'm getting at here. What I'm getting at is, in order for you to move forward, you need to let go of the need for, whatever this personal situation is, to be rectified the way that you want it to be rectified, and you need to allow it to happen the way it's going to happen. Huge caveat right now, though, because we live in a political world, in the States at least right now, where there seems to be no justice, and that things are completely unbalanced and out of whack. And yes, even I am having troubles delivering this message in the sense of wanting to see karma do its own thing. I'm talking about personal individual things right now. I'm not talking about the big picture. And while I can't pretend that we're not living in a political nightmare and power and everything is being abused and greed is just sweeping the nation as far as what's, how we're living and like our people and power are playing at right now. What I'm talking about with this justice reversed is just your personal story, your personal scenario. I'm not talking about the world at large. Which then we got the world card. As I say, the world at large. That's the irony there. So, little you literally came through, your inner child came through and said, we've done enough. It's time to move on. That tells me right now that you have been acting out of obligation, that you've been acting out of something that's been put on you, that you need to prove. That actually goes a lot with this card. That you need to prove that you're a good, kid, like that you're a good daughter or a good son or, whatever. And like those things can be held over you way into adulthood. Like I've heard 50-year-olds say, well, my mom still wants to make sure that I, help her with these things, or else if I don't do it, how am I going to be a good daughter? Like, wanting to do right by our parents, wanting to do right by your family, wanting to do right by people that you respect is important, but also there's a point where you've done enough. And I'm not saying drop the responsibility. I'm not saying cut yourself off from it. But what I am saying is maybe that's where our boundaries need to start coming into play. Because maybe they are taking advantage of us. And maybe it's something that you need to realize that you need to start taking care of yourself first. You need to start reclaiming your sovereignty and taking your time back. Because the time that's being taken from you, that's being dictated for you, isn't necessary. Maybe at one point it was, but it's not necessary anymore. So allow yourself to start realizing that if you want the change that you're looking for starts with you saying, okay, you know what? I'm done living this way and I'm going to start doing things differently. I'm going to start being someone different and I'm going to start living in a place of personal authority and power instead of letting it be constantly taken from me. All right. Now I want to ask what it is that we can do to help us enforce these boundaries, to help us regain our sovereignty, to help us understand that we don't need to be so defensive anymore. Because right now, I feel like what little you is trying to get at, and it's feeling the exhaustion, it's feeling the want and need for change and for your own freedom, your own sovereignty again, and you just don't know where to start. And I get that. If you've been doing something for so long, it's hard to imagine what life could be like outside of it. But remember that little you also asked you to start daydreaming. So start dreaming, start using your imagination, and know that there's going to be answers in those too. Dependability. Oof. Okay, so I asked for direction on how to move forward, but the cards and little you came through and said, yes, we're very dependable and we're tired of it. In case you needed more access to that information. Also, I want to point out that dependability shows two people coming together and growing something. And right now, I'm feeling that you are doing this solo. And I'm not saying you have to have a partner or a spouse or anything like that. I'm saying that you and who you're, doing these things for, who's taking your time, who's taking your energy, isn't returning back to you. Like, the part of this picture that I'm pointing out is that we have two people and we have something that's being nurtured like a flower or a lotus. You having your sovereignty taken away from you, you having your time and energy taken away from you, that means there's another person involved. That person is not helping you grow. They are just using you for your dependability. Repetition. Okay, this is actual advice from me, little you. Because the thing is, to help you get out of this, you need to start repeatedly doing something to put yourself first. You need to repeatedly start doing something that is something self-oriented for yourself. And I don't mean that you need to, start being selfish or self-centered, even though it's probably going to feel like that in the beginning. What I'm saying is it starts small, and it starts with one thing, and the more that you do that one thing, the easier it gets, and the more you start realizing your boundaries, the more you start identifying what it is that you need to do. So understand that this isn't going to be something that's going to happen overnight. This is going to take repetition. This is going to be about you putting the practice and putting the reps in. And yeah, there's going to be times when you start making this change that you fall back into your old ways, and that's okay. That's just part of the process. It really is 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards. Sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 3 steps backwards, and then 2 steps forward again. And yeah, you're right where you were, but you know what? You have more experience this time, and that's okay, because that makes it easier for you to move forward. Repetition is going to be necessary. This isn't going to be a one and done. This is going to be something that you're going to have to keep repeating over and over again. Balance. This one's important because right now you're not balanced. Okay, little you's coming through and being like, let's play tug of war. Take that for what you want. Balance is important here because right now you aren't balanced. You have so much of your time and energy and not you and what's not supporting you that you need to bring that balance back. You need to bring it shift back. You need to start enforcing those boundaries, start allowing yourself to play. Again, I want to remind you that when, like, in the beginning of this reading with this masculine energy card, which whether you're female or male, masculine energy still is the divine masculine inside of you. And I asked you to do just 1 hour a day for yourself. And like, I normally don't give that message with this card, and I normally don't specify how much of a time, but I asked for 1 hour. And I feel like that's intentional now because I feel like you're giving all your hours to somebody else and you're not even giving yourself 1 hour. So 1 hour probably is going to feel selfish. 1 hour is probably going to feel itchy and uncomfortable because you've never given yourself that much time. But that 1 hour is going to start helping to rebalance and recenter yourself. That 1 hour is going to be what you need in order to help you get the repetition and help you start dreaming and helping you start create the life that you actually want to have. And then we have expectation. Your inner child's coming through and said, I expected life to be different as we got older. And trust me, I get that. All of our little selves are probably saying that. Like, I don't know one child who expected to grow up and live in the reality that they're living in. But there's another expectation that's being forgotten here too. And that was that your inner child expected you to always do what was best for you, to do what was best and what was going to help you, stand tall, stand proud, and, just love yourself the way it loves you. But here's the thing. Reality doesn't allow us to really work with that. Reality doesn't want us to love ourselves. Reality wants us to be, in a uniform, in a box, in a square, and to forge ourselves around it so that way we don't question anything. Expectation is coming through and it's really asking and challenging you, what is it that you expect out of this life? What are your expectations? Are your expectations to continue to live the way you are, or are your expectations to be happy, to be loved, to trust yourself, to live a life where you can be comfortable? And I'm not talking about living a life where you're pampered and everything's done for you. Like, that would be awesome, but that's a little unrealistic. I'm just talking about living a life where you're proud of yourself. And you're proud of the way that you love yourself and others. So yeah, what are your expectations? Now let's just ask for encouragement. Some encouragement from your inner child to help you do what it is you need to do in order to achieve what it is that you want, to reclaim your sovereignty, to enforce those boundaries, to just dream and remember what it is that made you happy, and what it is that once again can make you happy. This one flew up first. Success is already in motion. So little you is coming through and literally being like, we already have it in us. Okay, this isn't something new. This isn't something completely forgotten. We just need to get back up on the bicycle again. And that's pretty much what it means. It's about you doing what you used to love and understanding it's going to feel a little uncomfortable at first. It's going to be a little rough at first, but you know what? You already have the skills. It's just about you doing what you need to for yourself. Get out of your head. Okay, so it feels ironic that you're being asked to daydream and get out of your head in the same reading, but hear me out. Get out of your head is literally like all those excuses, all those like stories, all the coding, all the things that everyone else, it's all the external voices in your head that are telling you why you can't do it. Get out of your head is asking you to shut all of them up. If you look, this is a bird cage being dismantled by birds. Birds, a lot of them together in a room, can be very loud. And every time I see this card, I think of the external chatter and drive that is put into us by other people, other people's expectations, other people's, understandings and stories for us that we just claim to be true about us. In reality, that is a cage that was created by them, but that wasn't your truth. So get out of your head. Tell those voices to shush and allow your own voice, your true voice, to be loud. You are the magic. You forgot this. You forgot 100% that you are the magic, that it's you. That there is real magic, real love, real excitement in you. Let it be messy. I literally just saw a kid finger painting and making a mess. Which, yes, even adult me is like, please don't get it on the carpet. But like, let it be messy. Let whatever these next steps look like for yourself be messy. Let it be uncomfortable. Let it just be whatever it needs to be to get you to move forward to start doing for yourself. And it's gonna be messy, and that's okay. That's part of the process. So let it be messy. Stop trying to do it cleanly. Stop trying to do it perfectly. Just let it be what it's going to be and move forward. Because inner you wants to see you succeed, and inner you, little you, wants to see you happy. And this is your reading. This is all I have for you today. I want you to know, though, that I really do believe that you can make this change. Why do I believe it? Because you've made it this far into the reading. You've made it to the end. You've heard and listened to every word I had to say, and part of you felt the truth in it, and that part of you is going to see you succeed. You got this. You can do it. Just believe in yourself, and if you're struggling to believe in yourself, I will believe in you for you, because I already know you can do this. So much that I can't wait to see you again and to hear your success story. That's all I got for you. I wish you the best. I love you so much. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.